Greeze wasn't ready for this evening. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I've got my co-host over here, the Greeze. Say hello, Greeze.
I planned.
I don't know.
I legit planned.
You accidentally hit the wrong countdown.
That's not.
I called.
Look
I said,
at this.
"Hey, are you
Look at
gonna?"
that.
No, I said, "Are you gonna switch the cameras?" Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then you didn't, so it's all good.
Well, that is okay. Well, that's true.
Let's start.
Yeah,
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I got my co-host over here, the Greeze. Say hello, Greeze.
Some say we never left. Will.
What's in this glass that you poured me?
That is a. I actually.
Is that what you poured?
It's not a single barrel pick.
No, it's just the 10-year.
They
Russells.
accidentally put that sticker on there, and it's just the regular 10-year.
Yeah.
There's a story that goes along with it. Nobody cares.
About it. No, we've actually talked about it.
We have.
Yep. So we're here. It's a Monday, and we're gonna be sipping some stuff, chatting. We have a good 15 this week because of a patron was really buying into the whole borrow, buy, borrow, bar and pass system. So
I don't want to be disrespectful, Will. So I need you to tell me what the deal is with the hyphenated. Like, what is his last name? Keating, and then it's Brian Keating. Thank you, Brian. But then there's another last name.
I don't know.
Rendon.
I hadn't met him in person.
Well, I didn't think to ask him in person.
Well,
instead, I'm just going to assume.
No, you're just going to ask live.
Right.
Like, hey, what's this mean?
Right. Now,
I
Brian,
don't want to be disrespectful, but
Brian is super cool. He let us borrow this bad boy. He also let us borrow this bad boy, which is awesome. And then, dude, I've got two more. I've got daggum 2 batches of this Doc Swanson stuff.
Swanson, Samsonite.
Wait, why can't it be Swanson?
Way off.
Mark Swanson. What's that? That's from a movie.
What do you mean? Why can't it be Swanson? Grease? It's spelled with an I.
Well, I know,
Swinson.
but why? But why couldn't we just name it right?
It's called phonics, bud.
Why couldn't we name it right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have heard that this stock is 80% Heaven Hill. They got a little bit of Barton in there too. So I don't know if these are different.
You're a scabber. You're crossing the picket line right now, huh?
What does that mean?
Oh, the big old Heaven Hill strike.
Yeah, we should talk about. I don't understand. I mean, I understand strikes in baseball. It just elongates the game. Mm-hmm. However, which doesn't need to be elongated. But this is a batch 7 and 8, and they are 5 proof from each other and both 15 years old. You would think that they would be the same distillate.
Why?
Because they're the same age. They're back-to-back releases, really similar proof. If they're not, it's just really close. But when you taste these things, it's way off.
Samsonite, I was way off.
Samsonite.
Swanson.
I was way off.
Our buddy Eric said, take my money, love y'all, got to get the kids to sleep, get bit and get rowdy. I think he meant lit. But
okay, yeah, I don't
super chat, Eric.
Oh no, what? Man, I love biting, Will. It's so great. Okay, Will.
I'm not okay with this.
First thing, I mean, we are going to do this on the 15th. I just want you to be aware of that. That is going to happen.
Showing off his camera angles.
And by the way,
those of you listening, he showed it's the birthday bourbon this year is what he put up on the screen.
Oh, right. Yeah, I keep switching back cameras because I'm fancy at it. If you if you're here for the birthday bourbon, we're going to do that for the 15th. Okay, that's going to come up later. Right now, though, Will just got off a trip to Texas, which, by the way, I just booked a trip to Texas.
I saw you say something about that.
Yeah, Lauren and I need to get out.
Yeah.
We just need to get out for a lot of reasons, okay? One, my Botox is looking great. Look at that. That's as high as I can raise my eyebrows. That's pretty good.
That's a plus?
Well, Lauren I didn't think it was a plus. I actually liked the Jack Nicholson thing. Jack Nicklaus. Nope, Jack Nicholson. Mm-hmm. I get those two confused.
But you didn't. You got it right the first time.
Yeah, no, she deadened it. She lowered those things and whatever. She does that. Anyway, leading into that, my wife also does these IVs that you got.
She does do them.
Well, almost does them. She's doing it. She's about to offer it.
So I will say it was great. It was such a much greater experience than I ever thought it was going to be.
Okay.
And it's not just getting the IV.
Okay.
So
what? I'm sorry. What?
okay. So we
what else happens other than you get? I saw the oxygen.
So we went to dinner at 5 and had like a 2.5 hour dinner. Drinks the entire time,
as you do.
And then we went to a bar called the tiniest bar in Texas. And it's literally it's tiny. It's like a little shack on a corner next to all these like luxury like condos. But it's been there for a long time. It's called the tiniest bar in Texas. It's where my sister goes a lot, and because her building's like right next to it. And so we went and when we hung out there for a little bit. So we woke up the next morning and had some breakfast tacos, which were fantastic. And then we went to go.
And you're in Austin. Okay. Was that at the hotel or was that at a certain...
we stayed with my sister.
Yeah, you did.
And then we went to go. So we were there for my sister's 40th birthday, and we went and got. She wanted everyone to go get their nails done before the party that night, and so I'm like, I'll go get a pedicure, as you do.
Right.
So we're sitting there, and Samantha, like a genius, is like,
so what else do y'all offer?
No, she goes,
because that would be
no. I mean, it
that
wasn't
a questionable question.
It wasn't at the nail salon.
Speaking of my wife helping us hydrate,
thank you, Lauren.
Golly, babe. Hey, babe, when are you going to start offering those IVs? Okay, she literally didn't even give me a second. She's just like, nope, normal. I'm not doing this.
So we while we're sitting there getting the nails done, Samantha's like, okay, I found an IV like place. You want to go?
Right.
I was like, yes.
Well, and it's because, I mean, you needed some hydration.
Yeah, you need a little pick me up.
Yeah, you need a little pick me up.
So we go. I get done like before everyone else because I'm not getting like paint on my toes and stuff like that. So I step out and go nail polish, paint on my toes. Old man.
What other services do you offer?
So I walk over and
we'll put a Band-Aid on your hairy arm and rip it off.
And I call the IV place is called iVitamin,
right?
Which is clever.
It is, yeah. Yes.
And so I said, "Hey, I need 2." And then my sister, whose birthday didn't want to go, but then we texted my other sister who didn't make it to the nail appointment. She's like, "Yes."
There's a reason she didn't make it to the nail appointment.
100%. So we go at like 1:30. We go home, get a little. We go pick up my other sister, and then we go to a toy store to get some presents for the kids. Then we go to the IV place, and you walk in, and it feels.
So you went there without eating.
I had breakfast tacos.
But I mean, it's after lunch.
I hadn't had lunch yet. Yeah.
Right.
I had a significant amount of breakfast tacos though, and queso for breakfast, which was good choice.
The way you looked at me when you said I had a significant amount of breakfast tacos.
I mean, I had like 6.
That's like me.
Well, I had 2 of each kind. There were 3 kinds.
I feel like
right.
I feel like you got to roll the dice in this. Was it an order of 3, and then you were like,
no. My sister just went and got a bunch, and she goes, I kind of over ordered because there's 4 of us here currently. And
well, great.
So, but
I have a habit of doing that too. If like I go to a biscuit place and I'm rolling with like 3 people,
she got like a crystal amount of tacos.
12.
No.
Sackful.
Like more than that. Just
like a suitcase.
Just
24.
A plethora of tacos.
She legit bought 24 tacos.
I think it was a lot more than that.
Okay, so for you was probably having 6. That's
no. That's what I mean. I didn't like put a dent in it. They had this Diablo sauce. It was like bright orange, so good.
What do you think's in it? Sriracha.
No.
Buffalo.
No.
Soy.
Adobo.
There's probably soy in it somewhere.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like soy sauce is everything. It's like, we don't put salt in here. We just put soy.
So Ray Chappell said, "Are you really in Austin if you don't have at least 5 breakfast tacos?" So that's I feel validated.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was that. So that is a thing.
So people, they eat breakfast tacos a lot.
Okay.
So anyhow,
I've heard that
here's what we do.
When I booked my trip, they said you got to have the breakfast burrito in the market off of Riverwalk.
Oh, because you're going to San Antonio.
Yeah.
So anyhow, back on path.
Mm-hmm.
We go in, and it looks very much like a health spa or like a massage place or something. Like you go in and it's like very clean, has like local art up and like a CDB selection.
Did you go up there, prop up your elbow and be like, I heard you offer other services?
No, I never said that anywhere. So
why not?
Because that's not something I've ever done.
That's something I always ask.
Not true.
It's like a daggum hidden secret menu, Will.
Uh-huh. So then they check us in and we go into the lounge, which is this like white sofa, like very like modern sofa looking that lines the entire wall.
Right. Which is always super questionable.
So we're sitting there
the workmanship.
and that's kind of what I thought we were going to be in. I just thought it was kind of like a big open area of people sitting around getting IVs. And there's a dude getting an IV currently, like while we're in there. So
that made you feel like that. You were like, I feel naked when I get an IV. You need privacy?
No. I assumed this is what it was going to be like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I assumed it was going to be just this big open area, people getting IVs. And there was a guy that was happening. So then she comes in.
Well, I didn't know if it was because Will, when he gives blood, he faints like every time. So
So moving on.
So I didn't know if you were worried about that.
So let me just tell my story and you can move on. This is literally, that's the only thing you wanted to do. You've been waiting just so you could throw that out. But I will say that because you walk in and like you feel like it's almost like a hair salon, like the way it's set up.
Yeah.
But then there's this smell of rubbing alcohol everywhere. It does throw you a little bit for a loop. You're like, this is still you
think you should smell perm,
right?
But instead you're smelling alcohol,
rubbing alcohol,
which is fine.
So we go in and the lady comes in, does like some like basic health questions, gets your vitals, and then taps you, like puts the IV in, and then we're waiting for some chairs to open up. So we don't even have the bag on.
So she just has it plugged.
Yeah. So, and they hand you a menu of services because that's what you do.
Right. Right.
So, but you can pick which bag you want.
Right.
You can add on stuff. You can get stuff put in.
You just get like 7 doses of B12.
No, I had specifically, it was called I Recover, and it was for post drinking. And then you could add some other things into it, but I didn't. I just got a 20-minute oxygen service added on. So they just brought over the oxygen as chilled with that.
How was that? I've never had that.
Great.
Really? Like what does it do? Like, what does the oxygen do?
It makes you a little bit lightheaded. Not in like a bad way,
so
but you're
goofy.
Like, woo. But no, you're just like, woo, feel a lot better instantly. So
really, because if you think about it, all your organs react to oxygen.
Yeah, they need it. Yeah. So we then get taken in, sit in these giant massage chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking bigger than this bar massage chairs.
The ones you got to pay like $5 a minute for in the airport?
Better. So like literally it has this like whole this screen that you start like making selections what you want, and you can hit like 0G and it like swings up and you're just kind of like this, like fully reclined, and then it's just goes like
it's a
feet
ride.
To head.
Like how fast does it do that?
It just goes. No, it's not a ride.
Oh,
maybe for a 5-year-old.
Well, you acted like that was a daggum flip.
No.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
So we get there. You get the massage chair. There's like peaceful music. They come in. They get the IV going, and I'm telling you,
you're literally in heaven. You're literally,
and you got the oxygen going. My body drank that liter of fluid so fast.
Are you serious?
So fast, like faster than the oxygen treatment. Like the nurse came in and goes, "Oh my gosh, you're already done." So funny.
What does that mean? Like, what does that
mean? So my sister's was going slower, and they came and like took a pillow and like repositioned her arm, and then it picked up. So I think I had like prime position.
Right.
It just flowed through.
Or your just veins are real girthy.
Yeah. So it was great though. It was a very pleasant experience.
That's great. Tell us
Felt great.
So tell us like how does it feel? Like, is it one of those things where
it has
all of a sudden you're just better, or is it
it has like, first of all, it does kind of feel like magic, like because you feel better very quickly.
Right.
It had pain reliever in it, like anti-inflammatories. It had Zofran in it. So if you had any sort of stomach issues at all,
so you're tired.
No, but then it has like B12 and energy stuff in it.
Let's counter it. Yeah, you got to counter downers with uppers.
You get off of it and you're like, let's go do something.
Right.
You feel great.
You're like,
I
let's
went
go putt-putt.
I went to the coffee shop next door and got a bagel dog.
That's how you did it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was like,
y'all didn't have lunch plans?
No.
Okay.
Well, because we had a big dinner coming up. We ate a lot the night before.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow, so that was what we did. And
do you want to tell people what you were celebrating?
Oh, yeah, I said that earlier. I said it was my sister's 40th birthday.
Oh,
so we had
details.
That's why we were there, and it was a quick trip. But yeah, love the IV treatment. We'll do it again. There's a one around the corner from my house that just opened up.
You're thinking about getting a membership.
We were, but now it's not as like, it seems a little bit more clinical, like less awesome,
less.
They have like the oxygen. They have the chairs were just like
less
standard
bougie.
These chairs were just like standard leather chairs.
Right.
And so, but you have your own private room and a TV and stuff like that. So there's pros and cons.
What if Lauren just gave us IVs right here?
Oh, I'd be fine with it.
Like while we're doing it live.
I'd be fine with it. I mean, it felt great. They had one Greeze for people that have heartburn. You could get like heartburn stuff added.
Dude, I don't think you understand. I don't have heartburn anymore.
Oh, okay.
I haven't taken medicine for heartburn in like 3 months.
Since Whiskey Weekend.
Right.
So what I'm saying is when you do something like Whiskey Weekend, they have like a plan for you.
Yeah,
like
I could probably use that for Whiskey Weekend.
Yeah.
But dude, intermittent fasting changed my life.
Well,
bourbonfit.com
until Whiskey Weekend.
Right.
Because
that's because I ripped the Band-Aid off at Whiskey Weekend. I'm like, I'm going to eat whatever I want.
You're
going to
do that next year though too.
Right.
That's not. So that's all I'm saying. I was trying to say I was thinking about you and I saw the perfect bag for you.
I was thinking about you the whole daggum time.
It was great though.
Right.
That was a really good life choice. I made a good decision. Samantha was like, "Do you want to do this?" And I was like, yes.
So how much did it run you?
Well, I got all three of us.
And did y'all soup it up at all or just get the normal menu item?
I got just the normal menu item plus the oxygen.
Yeah.
And it was right around $200
per person.
Yeah.
Did they get oxygen?
Samantha did. My sister didn't.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. The oxygen was only like $25 to add on.
Okay. My wife's cheaper on the IVs.
Well, that's the whole thing though. Is she just doing a bag of fluids or is it all the other stuff?
No, she got some vitamins in there.
Because if you do just like the electrolyte bag at like half a liter, it's like only $100. But it's the different cocktails or what raises
half a liter. Yeah, you got to go full liter.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a full liter.
Mine was a full liter.
Yeah.
Lady walked in. Take 1.5 liters, please. Like, whoa, go big or go home.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
can add on extra half liters.
I feel like you'd pee it out.
I don't know.
Like where does IV go? Where does an IV fluid bag go? Because I don't think it does what you think it does.
What do you mean?
Like I don't think it's not like you're just drinking water.
No, it goes into your vein.
Right.
And then goes around your body, like goes, I assume gets processed through like your liver.
I can only imagine how good that feels.
It felt great.
It's like you got a wound.
Worth it.
It's like you got a wound, and then you put like Neosporin on it and a bandage, and you know how much better
so
it feels?
Faster, yeah. It feels so faster.
We need to record an episode. Like we need to be drinking while we do it.
Oh yeah.
Do you think we could do that?
I don't think they allow that.
Well, Lauren would.
That's fair.
What if we were driving in the golf cart? What if we're driving in the golf cart? We've got 2 IV bags hanging in my neighborhood. We're just pounding whiskey driving with our IV.
You should be driving pounding whiskey ever. I'm just going to put
Well, we could go on a dirt track. There's a new development over here.
Still don't think so.
Why not?
Still think you shouldn't be saying that. You're going to go drive anything, operate any sort of machine.
It's a golf cart. It can't.
Right. It legitimately says not to operate machinery.
It's not much. It's electric.
I don't think you know what a machine is.
Yeah.
I didn't say it's a combustion engine. You think that machines aren't electric?
Yes, they're not electric. They're diesel.
No. Diesels are diesel.
Who's Chuck Diesel?
No idea.
I just remember in middle school, but oh man, Chuck Diesel. I don't know who that is.
No, that's clearly a Habersham thing. That's not a here thing.
I feel like that is a Habersham thing, but I don't know anybody that was named Chuck Diesel.
Well, he was clearly a legend.
Right.
Huh.
Speaking of legends, funny story. Not funny story.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
It's not that funny. It's just in Habersham, there's this bridge that goes up underneath the railroad tracks.
Yes.
Where there's a bridge and then you go under the road. Well, since like the early 80s, there's been this Tim Loves Tink on the just written. And nobody knows who Tim or Tink is. Okay. And it's been there for 50 years almost, or 40 years. And they literally keep painting over it. And then dedicated Habershamians are like, hell no.
No, that's a monument here
right.
in town,
So
right?
it's like, it literally like every time they paint it, the next day it's like Tim Loves Tink. It's back there already ready already.
Well, how annoyed are like the local city?
No,
officials?
they embraced it finally. They were like, you know what? We are acknowledging that this is a historic monument that will never be painted over again, and like all this other stuff. I don't know if they're just trying to throw us off the scent or what. But speaking of throwing us off the scent, whoa! I just switched to the Old Forester. Oh, by the way, y'all need to see this sticker of this pour that we're pouring right now. Check it out. And that's Tarak in a Corvette
with a gobbler.
And I don't know whose Corvette that is. I think we know the guy who had it, but maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, it's a fun sticker. It's just the wrong bottle. Team Money didn't give me that bottle. Give me that bottle. Hey, everybody that's watching, listening, if you're on mobile, you can literally just click the live chat X and it'll reveal the thumbs up. Go ahead and click that thumbs up, and then you can click on live chat again to bring it on up, just in case you didn't know how that works. But man, because I was in that world for a little while. I was like, man, I'm watching on mobile and I can't thumbs it up. I don't know how. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You gotta close the chat.
Yeah.
And then you can open it right back up. All right, Will. We have heard. Okay, so do you have any whiskey things that happen? I mean, I know we talked about the IV, which was good.
I did have a Old Forester single barrel pick at one of the restaurants that was
how was it?
100 proof pick. It was delicious. Place was called Clark's.
Wait, it was a barrel proof 100?
No, it wasn't a barrel proof. I just said it was a barrel pick.
Oh, okay. I was okay.
Yeah.
I got
you. So place called Clark's. It was delicious. I could get derailed talking about the food for a long time. But we had.
I'll let you talk about your favorite food item.
Well, this is just a funny little thing. So we had when we got there, we first ordered
fish.
No, 30 oysters for the table, and then my sister's boyfriend, for her birthday cake, they brought out the birthday cake, and it was another round of oysters. So after we had our meal, we had dessert oysters.
And then
we had actual dessert.
But it's like, was that like I feel like that would be a favorite.
Oh no, she loved it. Yeah, it was fantastic.
I felt it. Oh yeah.
And so I had the whiskey pour with that, and that was really good.
Okay.
And then
what was the whiskey?
I just told you it was Old Forester single barrel.
Oh yeah.
For the restaurant.
I thought you had that earlier.
No. And then I had a cocktail called a Clockwork Orange that was a bourbon cocktail and had curacao, Aperol, and something else in it. It was really good. It was good. Really refreshing. And then
interesting. Okay.
I've
got curacao upstairs, I think.
We could probably find some. It was very refreshing, especially because we were outside.
Very orangey.
Had some orangeness to it, but I mean, it was still bourbon.
Okay.
Then later at that night at the bar, that's like literally. I mean, I'll show you a picture of the bar. We'll have to put it up, but it's so small. It's called the tiniest bar in Texas, and it's just like open tables. I mean, it's outside.
Yeah.
And you walk up to this thing.
Yeah. Well, here. Come over here, bro. God, look at that. Go a little closer. There it is. Boom. I didn't focus.
Yeah. So you just walk up, tiny little place, and but it's outdoors. There's fans going and kind of like wire tables. But at some point in the evening, my sister's boyfriend comes over and goes, and he's British, so he has a British accent. And he comes over, and I'm not going to try to do the British accent, but just imagine it. But he's like, I went over and asked him for the best bourbon they have. And I go, well, what is it? He goes, I don't know. And looking at their selection, like it could have just been Jim Beam.
Right.
Like it wasn't and so I had like a double that. I was like, oh, thank you.
Did you have, how was it? It was probably Jim Beam.
It probably could have been like Bullet or something. I'm just saying at that point, it didn't matter. We'll just say that.
Right. And it was,
they also, so they have kind of, they have, what are they called? Like the pedal taverns that we have, they have those kind of things going around. And
yeah, because that's just what you do.
This bar was like a stop for one of the companies. You know how like on the pedal taverns, they stop and they go have drinks.
They probably pay for it too.
They have this terrible shot on their menu called the disco ball, which is like the shot.
Yeah, you told me that. I thought that was like a shot that I'm supposed to know.
No, it's something that, I mean, it could be, but it's something they have there specifically for like, it's the drink special for the pedal taverns.
Yeah.
And so for a long time, I was hamming it up whenever they'd come through. I'd be like, hey, y'all, you got to get the disco ball. Get the disco ball.
God.
And so all these groups are just running through it. And then eventually my sister ordered us a round of them to be funny.
Right.
And it has like glitter in it. To some, like, that's why it's called the disco ball. But it's like cloudy with like sparkles and just tastes like a melted Smarties candy.
You know me.
You would love it. Probably.
It all depends on how my week's been financially, how many Amazon packages showed up at the front door. But if there was not many, and I'm in that environment,
you're all in.
There's no way I don't go up there and say, I need 20 disco ball shots.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way I don't do that.
You would do that.
I do that. I did that sort of kind of whiskey weekend. I was like, I need 15 makers and cokes.
Yeah.
Got to do that again.
All right. So what do we just pour?
I want to get like a big shuttle, I think.
Too many people.
That is too many people.
Yeah, that's on you.
So everybody just drives.
No, Lord, no.
Everybody carpools.
To where?
To the casino.
No, you can't have that liability on you.
What do you mean?
Can't have that liability of saying everyone go drive over there.
No, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to
your event.
I'm going to go to the casino. If anybody wants to go, I'm going to be there.
No.
Is that how that works for real?
Yeah.
How do I get out of that?
Not to say everyone come with me to the casino.
Could I say, hey, I'm going to the casino. I'll be back later.
No.
Like I'm telling them I'll be back.
I don't think so.
Why is that not okay?
Because
I wanted to,
because you're the draw.
Hey, there's 100,000%. There's a couple of attorneys out there that can probably tell me.
I don't think you know how percents work. You're always struggling with that one.
I always I just know that there's an attorney out there. Okay. So I want to go over to these. I'm going to go to the
these
side
real
camera.
quick and then we'll get to the 15.
So this is batch 7 of Doc Swenson's. I do not know the stock. However, per our buddy Casey, 80% is Heaven Hill.
These aren't single barrels, right?
No, these are batches.
Okay.
So let's see here. It's a bottle. So there was 4,010 bottles in this batch, in batch 7. A total of 27 barrels. Wow. That's I mean, you're probably I guess 120 bottles a barrel ish.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
That's a solid batch.
Yeah, that's a solid batch, especially at 15 years old. Cast strength. I'll take that. This is a limited edition. It's hand selected for character and bottled when ready. Hand selected always weirds me out. Speaking of labels, it's like I don't think so. I'm pretty sure your tongue and your eyes picked that bottle.
That's fair.
That barrel.
Yeah.
I don't think your hands did.
So is this the first one you poured?
That's what. I don't like it when I get handsy. What?
Is this the first one that you're looking at?
Yeah. This is batch 7. This is what I poured. I've had these 2 already. There is
smells
some
really good.
Cinnamon on that nose. You smell that cinnamon?
Yeah, but like a dry cinnamon, not like a red hot cinnamon.
I forgot to switch it over. Like what? Like
a cinnamon powder, like cinnamon challenge.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I think you're. Yeah. No, I totally get what you're saying. I think you're just. I think it smells dry to you.
That's good.
I'm gonna
It's
say
very
that's
sweet.
I'm gonna say that's Heaven Hill.
No, I don't think that you understand what he was saying.
What?
It's 80% of the blend is Heaven Hill.
No. 80% of their stock.
Oh, right. No, but still,
But I'd say majority. Yeah.
It's still a blend.
And
And 80% of their stock is Heaven Hill. Then they also have some stuff that's Barton.
Right.
I guarantee you
But
it's in there. But yeah, it's that heavy.
Good on them for getting Heaven Hill stock, though. You know what I mean? That
Sure.
much of it. That's crazy.
I like it. So do you know what the price is on these?
I don't.
You should look those up.
No, I'm pretty sure I don't want to.
What do you want to guess?
The bottles I was talking about with Brian, it wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? It was like, I think he's totally fine with, paying for something special. That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking up because when we talk about stuff.
Right.
Doc Swinson, exploratory.
It's Swanson.
It's not. Yeah. So this
All right.
is.
So on this label, it's a 15-year. It's 109.8 proof. This is release number 7.
Okay. What do you expect the MSRP to be on this?
I would say 119.
See, I would have said 200.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I feel like all
it's 149.
Okay, so we're right in the middle of that.
We had a 15-year. I'd probably pay it.
149?
Yeah.
I probably would too. This is a
think,
buy.
I think it's a buy.
Yeah.
At 149.
It's good. I don't think it's like super complex though. But it checks.
No.
It checks a lot of boxes. It's bright, which I love. Now, this one, I'm about to pour it up.
Just a scooch.
Just a scooge.
A scooch.
Okay, so this is 15 years old. This is 114.2 proof, which you know how we feel about 114 proof. We love it.
So this is a little bit lower. This is batch what?
8. 27 barrels in this one. 27. Okay, so
27.
yeah, it's they like 27. 4,015. This had 4,010
bottles.
Yeah. So there's just a lot. There's a lot of similar. That's just odd to me.
It's crazy to me they were able to get the bottle count that close. Like them saying we're
Bottle
going to do
count?
27 barrels.
Right.
That's one thing. That's their choice.
Right.
Right. Like they choose that.
Right.
But the bottle count, that's pretty.
I mean, that's within
nuts.
5 bottles.
They just weighed them. They actually did the entire thing off weight.
I mean, that's not. I mean, that's
how they blended.
That could totally have been it for
Yeah.
sure. But anyway, this is batch 8. Look at her right there, man. Look at that thing, man. I will say this. I love this kind of vintage artwork look. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like it looks really cool. And of course, I mean, all of them are wax tops. Yeah, when you see, I don't know. I mean, when you see this, it's a normal looking bottle, but it looks very, very nice.
Which one do you like better?
I'm going to tell you.
I like batch 7 better.
This is just rich.
So was batch 7 to me.
Seven had a tongue punch of flavor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't get me in that sweet, overly sweet richness flavor profile.
You know, I don't have any tattoos.
Right, but if you were
But
going to get one,
that's a pretty cool.
just
art.
a hand holding
It's
a barrel.
hand holding up. Oh,
Here,
zoom in
no,
so you
no,
can
well,
zoom
I
in
think
on
this
that.
one can get closer, actually.
That's what I mean. Oh,
See that?
yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. I would do that.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a hand with a barrel.
And like light.
It could be
coming
your
off.
grenade. I mean,
It's
honest,
not a grenade.
look at it.
I don't think you've ever seen a grenade.
Have you ever seen a barrel look like that, though? That's a grenade. And then there's a bunch
Kind
of
of looks like a grenade.
right. And then there's a bunch of I ain't wrong.
Oh,
Oh man. And then there's just a bunch of like, I guess now that we know that's a grenade, there's just a bunch of fire flamage coming out because it's exploding.
yeah. Man, they're both really good. I wouldn't pass on either of those. I think I'm a buy on both.
Yeah. 149, I'm a buy on both of this.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a really
this
solid...
one is more complex and rich. So it's almost over oaked though.
See, I don't think it's necessarily more complex. I just think it has more oak flavor. And that's where you said it's almost over oaked. That's why I like the first one better. It was still 15 years and still very sweet.
I'm upset
because I'm right.
No, but just you might be right. I don't know. I have no idea.
Have some of like the rum cask finished ryes and stuff from Doc Swinson's.
Yeah.
At like Red Dog, we should go pick them up and do reviews on them.
I'm sorry, what? At Red Dog, they have these?
Not these bottles.
Oh, okay.
Doc Swinson's.
Just regular.
I explained what it was a second ago.
Well, I was making sure the camera was still on.
I was going to say they have like the rum cask finished rye. They have like a sherry finished bourbon or something. Like they have some of those releases we should check out.
And they're just normal releases, not single barrels.
Correct. Yeah, it's just in their lineup of
because we're gonna be doing a whole daggum show on Red Dog single barrels soon.
I think we're gonna be doing multiple shows on Red Dog single
maybe
barrels too.
Who's to say?
I mean, I feel like that's what we had discussed.
So. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's kind of the way I read it.
Was it?
Yeah.
So we got to do
We'll talk offline.
All right. I did notice that I was looking on my desktop earlier. Wow. And I was showing patrons. By the way, patrons, we are going to do the after party today. We're going to have to keep it tight because we got to do a video right after that. Knock that out. But we'll be doing the after party. So if you're wanting a little bit more content from us and we've got a couple of options there where you can actually hang out with us for multiple hours.
Yep.
Once a month on a Zoom call.
Patreon.com/thepodcast.
Yeah,
how you can support us there.
We really appreciate that support. Our patrons have been supporting us for the past 4 years in a big way, and we really appreciate that. The other thing I wanted to do, actually, no, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to go to the 15.
Let's go to the 15
right now.
Hit the music.
This second.
All right, so we're gonna come back from the 15. We're gonna do 2021 birthday bourbon. What is the MSRP on it? Because it's gone up recently.
Yeah, they went back up in years, by the way.
Back up to 12.
Yep, they're back up to 12.
Great. All right.
Haven't heard a lot of great things.
We're about to find out.
We are.
And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
All right. We are doing today Old Forester birthday bourbon. This is the 2021 release. It is 104 proof. It is 12 years age stated, which is, as Greeze noted while we were having our 15 break there, that they've gone back up in the age. It is the iconic squatty bottle with a big old cork.
104 proof.
It's released once a year to correspond with, I think, the Mr. Brown from Brown Foreman, Gavin. What's his name? Gavin DeGraw, somebody Brown. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was it's either the birthday of the distillery. You know what I'm talking about. It says right here.
All right. So
yeah, George Garvin It's to sell. They release it every year to celebrate September 2nd birthday of George Garvin Brown. I said Gavin, and then I said Gavin DeGraw. It's Garvin. So, yeah. So they release it. It's actually one of the first like allocation season releases every year. Now the more bourbons that come out that are allocated or limited release, that calendar has kind of gotten skewed. But if you think of the traditional fall season,
yeah,
it's typically marked for me. The kickoff of it is birthday bourbon as it starts hitting the shelves. So, and our buddy Brian is the one who let us borrow it for.
Yeah, dude, Brian is the daggum rock star.
Yeah.
This whole show's dedicated to him and our next video.
I saw him. He was in the Nook, right?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to get weird about it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of signatures in here, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, his signature's right there. Right. Yep. Right above.
Oh, wow.
You smell it already?
I could already smell it.
Dude, so I have a special relationship with birthday bourbon because it was the first bottle where I picked up on butterscotch. You know that.
I know that.
Yeah, okay.
And was it the 2016 or was it
it was 2016.
Yeah. So I got that 2016 that bottle from our buddy Paul.
Right.
Paul Bryant. And he's down, not Bear Bryant. But
I'm trying to think of who Paul is.
You know him. He moved to Orlando. He used to be up in Hendersonville, though. Good dude.
I mean, I know the name. I'm trying to picture his face.
But he got it from a shop in maybe I don't remember where, but he got it in a shop somewhere, and it's like, hey, would you want this? I said, yes. Do you guys know if it's on the shelf in Tennessee yet? I don't know, but also in our area, no one puts out birthday bourbon. They just save it for their raffles, so that's part of the pros and cons.
Hands down, one of the best noses. Just historically speaking, like birthday bourbons to me just have a hell of a nose on them. Like a nose that you feel guilty about drinking. You just want to smell it. It's cotton candy. It's bubble gum.
Like cotton candy and
oh man. Yes, I do. Dark fruit. I'm not getting any kind of spice at all.
I get cicada.
Yeah.
A cicada note.
Okay. Are we talking about like the 17-year ones or the 14-year ones?
17 year.
The loud ones.
It's a 17-year brood.
The loud ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, because you know what? They bust out of that thing and they're just like, I'm ready to mate. They've been celibate for daggum 17 years. That's why they're so daggum loud.
Mm-hmm. I got to make a ruckus. A ruckus. I got to make a ruckus.
You ruined it.
Ruined. Ruckus.
Oh my goodness. Hey, I think we should tease next week's live special fundraiser giveaway.
Yeah. Well, we have to figure out how we're going to structure it.
Right. I just want to get everybody's wallets ready.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just want people to be. There's people here that plan financially.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't necessarily know how to do that, but they do.
Right.
So we've got a dear friend who heads up our merch store. Her name is Melissa Shriver, and her daughter is in need of a service dog.
Right.
And it is very expensive. We're talking $30,000.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they're very pricey.
Now, I don't think, I'm not going to put it past us to raise $30,000, but I'm saying every little bit helps. And I know that we can do a big chunk of that thing.
So we're planning out how to do some sort of raffle giveaway
next week on live.
Right.
Based on
can help the community rally around someone who's helped us a lot.
Yes. That's a perfect.
She doesn't know we're doing this.
Nobody knows we're doing it.
Right. That's what I mean. You and I
haven't even told Jason and Natalie. I told them everything.
You and I talked about it
yesterday.
And we talked about it originally
when she posted it.
And
yeah.
then we decided let's go through this. Let's find a way to help out a little bit. So
right. So we're probably gonna
looking for that next week.
We're probably gonna blow it out. I need to talk to you about one thing that I think we should give away, but anyway,
We'll talk about it.
we'll talk about it. But definitely a decanter, maybe something to go in it, maybe some other swag and stuff. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
anyway, so prepare for next week's live. And we'll have a couple of donation opportunities.
Mhm.
I honestly think we should probably do it through like a GoFundMe instead.
But
of
that's
through
what I was
us.
saying. That's why we have
Yeah.
to work out the details, and I don't want to
And we could just pin the link up there, and everybody can click over there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we want to do that because we feel like we want to give back, like use this platform to funnel some good to someone who's been really good to us.
Yeah, no, for sure. So anyway, she's very special to us. She at times is the only thing functioning a part of this operation, and this is a huge expense for her, so we just want to help out with that. And again, she doesn't know we're doing that, so if she's watching, great. If she's not watching, she is watching.
She says dinner, and I'm like, what? I don't even know if she caught what we were saying, but we're gonna do something fun next Monday.
Oh yeah. So
oh wow, I just drank that.
Oh, I've heard bad things, but on the nose, it's you know what? I'm getting wine notes. Like
the finish.
I would say this is
not
finished.
Super long thus far, but I get some orange going on.
Man, the finish is hot.
No, see, I don't think it is.
No, like the only thing I'm getting lingering is hot.
I don't get any.
That's all I got.
I get no heat on it.
Oh man, you don't have a finish on that? People are saying it's a short finish.
I get a very short finish. I get a tannic.
There is no way that I would say
center of my tongue that hangs out.
There's no way that I would say that this thing costs less than $200 if I was going blind.
Oh, sure.
If I was going blind, the shock value and the complexity on this, and I mean, I'm not getting any spices really. Are you getting any spice at all?
No, I get a significant. The only finish I get is just like that
oily orange zest.
I get that on the palate. Like
yeah,
I said it tastes orange.
I can live there. I just don't think it's a bright citrus. It feels more
burnt orange, a toasted blood orange.
To me, it almost kind of feels like, you know, the dark grapes. When they get older,
sure.
How sweeter they get. They've
almost like fermented in there.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. That's what it's kind of like that for me.
I will say
like a little like fig. Almost.
I'd say this is not my favorite birthday bourbon. I think it is really good.
I can get behind you on that.
Well, I mean, it's solid. Like you said, though, you taste it and it tastes it's.
You know it's special.
Right.
Immediately, you know it's special. It's like diving into a Kentucky Owl.
Right. Yeah.
It's like immediately when it hits your tongue, like you're just like, oh wow.
That's what's funny is that some of the citrus notes I'm getting remind me of a rye, even though I don't get any rye spice. It's definitely high corn mash bill. Like this is not a high rye bourbon.
I mean, it is all mid to front on my tongue like a dadgum baller. It's all I want.
Thank you, Cody, for always being on top of sharing things like our Patreon and store links.
Oh, yeah.
Cody's really good about that, and I appreciate it.
He is. I think you can pin a comment, too. I don't think they can pin it, but anyway. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing, guys. Another way you can support Melissa is literally buying our stuff.
Right.
Will and I don't make much money on our merch. We kind of view it as a marketing tool, if we're being honest. And so... but Melissa does. That's her, like, that's what she does as a job. So if you want to support Melissa and get stuff, go to our store, thepodcast.com/store.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah. Super easy to get to. So you can support her by doing that. And use, actually only patrons get free shipping with the code.
But if you're a patron,
right,
you get free shipping. I was going to say, buy bar pass on this. At MSRP 130, it's definitely a buy.
Oh, it's I said I would pay 200 for it.
I'd pay 200 for it. I hate what I mean. This is.
I agree with you on that finish though.
But it's like no one should be selling this bottle for $1,000.
Dude, like 1,500.
I know, but I'm saying no one should be, right? Like that's crazy,
dude. That's just what whiskey is right now, man.
Don't
it is.
Do that. Don't do that. You can actually get good things for good price, but it's like
people aren't sleeping in tents on the street for 4 days because they want to drink it.
Sure.
They might be doing it because they're a podcast or a whiskey tuber or they're, something like that. And they can't get a hold of one, on a press release or whatever it is, press sample. But
I mean, I feel like there are some people that will trophy bottle it for a while, but open it with people.
There could be.
That wait in line. No, I don't think you can generally say, but I would say, yes, there are a lot of people there that are wanting to.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Well, why?
I mean, people do that stuff for like Black Friday, getting a good deal.
I know. And they're literally saving like tens of dollars.
Well, are they? If it's something that they'll never get for $130 because it's going for $1,300.
Right. I understand that.
I'm talking about on the bourbon
literally
side.
To be in the first 150, I think it was. I think they did 150. It's cool. They did the first 150 and that was it. And after like a day, the police shut it down and forced Old Forester to give them tickets to come back.
Right. Which was good for them.
Right. But these crazies were 4 or 5 days ready to party deep on that sidewalk in a tent.
Right.
Could you imagine? Well, I guess you could probably, swap in and out. But could you imagine not showering for that long? I
mean, here's the thing, though.
Like I get anxiety thinking about not showering.
People are into like the street hangout party. Some people may have just used vacation time for
like
that,
where do they go and pee?
Like a restroom?
Where?
In like a restaurant across the street or something. They have to eat.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's the thing. If you've like staked your claim with your tent or other stuff and trade off with people, like, all right, I'll watch your tent while I go get a burger from Doc Crow's and go to the bathroom.
Right. There's some innuendos in there I'm not going to say.
No, because I didn't say I'll pitch your tent. I just said I'll watch your tent.
You'll wash it? You wax on, wax off?
Yes, sir.
Daggone.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching.
We're already done.
Oh, there's one other thing. If you're in Texas, this is interesting.
Well, I'm going to Texas. Clint and Conway are super pissed. And by the way, you made fun of me for like, oh, Greeze only stayed a certain amount of time and then he's out of there. At least I'll hang out with him. Actually won't.
Greeze. By the way, you would be like 4 hours away from Conway.
Really?
Yes.
That's very far.
Right.
How big is Texas?
That's like me saying I have to notify Casey every time I go to the grocery store because I'm 10 minutes closer to him because he lives in Kentucky.
Well, why? So here's what I don't understand about Texas.
This is not going to be a question I'm going to answer.
Why are all their cities so far apart? Why don't they all get together so they can all hang out?
Austin and San Antonio are only about an hour apart.
Really?
Yeah.
I should rent a car then and take Lauren to Austin.
Yeah. I was going to tell you that.
That Riverwalk, dude.
How many days are you going to be there for?
Who's to say? I don't know. Might never come back.
I don't think that's real. But I will say and this is why it depends on when you're going, because I'm
going October 1st.
Right. So I don't know the other side of this. What I'm going to say is that there's a cocktail bar in Austin called the Roosevelt Room, and they do master classes on different spirits every month. I think it's the first Sunday of every month. So it may be while you're there. And it's my sister's been to like the one on tequila, the one on gin. They just did an American whiskey one. The next one is Whiskeys of the World. They're going to do like Irish and Scotch and everything. But they said it's so fascinating. They do 2 hours of like, it's over 2 hours long, but they have food and you get signature cocktails and then like 12 half-ounce samples. And they go through this entire thing, and it's like a whole evening of like knowledge, learning about the spirits and the differences. And they said like even they'll taste it and be like, oh, I hate that one. They're like, and now you know why you hate it, because we just went through all this. It's fascinating. But they do these master classes at this bar called the Roosevelt Room. So that's also a pro tip for people in Texas. If you're near that area, if you're planning on going on a trip, to look that up at the Roosevelt Room cocktail bar in Austin. So
that sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
So they just did the last one was American whiskey, and they had brought, I think one of them was Basil Hayden toast, but they had brought it out early because it definitely wasn't in their market yet. So it's kind of cool.
I'm going to circle back to this birthday bourbon. I'm kind of bummed of how it isn't the best one, considering it's 12 years and 104 proof. Now, 19 was 11 years old and 105 proof. I just feel like, I mean, I know things aren't, that's dumb of me to sit here and play the numbers game. That's actually dumb of me.
About the
I
year?
know better. Yeah, I'm just like, man, like they went back to 12 years and it's 104 proof. It's not like 97 proof like they were forever, right? Weren't they 97 proof? Like
they went up in proof a couple years back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was
3.
I think it was the 19.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And so it was like 105 proof. Like, anyway, I don't know. I would, in the numbers situation, I would have expected it to be pretty lights out, but
I thought it was good though.
Here's the deal though. I'll be the first one to tell you that you don't have to have a high proof whiskey for it to have character.
You'll also be the first person to poo-poo on something because it doesn't have high proof.
No.
Yeah.
It's actually not true.
Oh, you do in our text thread all the time.
Why?
You're like, why would I buy that?
You
do
what?
That. You say that. Of things that are lower proof.
I want you to screenshot that and send it to our patrons.
I will, because I'm actually pretty good at finding your like the other day, you're like, where was the thing that we talked about in the text thread?
Right.
And I'm like, it was 2 messages up. But I screenshot it and sent it to you.
I wonder if I can. Nope. It doesn't work that way. I was thinking it would. All right, that's the birthday bourbon. 2021 birthday bourbon. 120 bones, Will. Buy bar or pass?
I think it's 130 is the retail.
129. I don't know. I just circled.
At that, I'd buy. Definitely a buy.
Okay, so 130, you're probably a bar. I'm a borrow because I borrowed it from Eric.
Well,
Brian.
I mean, yeah, we were able to do that.
Right.
No, I think at 130 it's a buy. I think I would spend up to $200.
We have great friends. What if Brian? Because this is the first time I met him, and I invited him to my house. Of course, I know you're like, don't do that, Greeze.
You know, it's fine because like for every Brian in the world, there's probably like 3 people that will slit your throat. So it's fine.
Right. So that's what I was wondering. I was like, man, like, because we're meeting back up to deborrow.
What if it was a like whole bait and switch? Is what you're saying? Like
what? Yeah. What if
the first time?
Yeah. Which would be weird that he didn't. You know.
Well, no, but now you're on record about how he's such a good
right person. You're probably right.
That it's an alibi.
Right.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right.
But now I'm on to him though. I feel like now it's like, oh, you want to meet at that Mapco?
What if we go to the Shell station instead?
No, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do First Baptist. Is what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make it real hard for him to be like, Dad,
casting a shadow on.
We are standing on holy ground.
All right, folks, thank you so much for watching and listening this week. Check out our podcast, The Podcask, on wherever you get your podcast. Rate and review us there. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe, give us a thumbs up on this video and ring the bell so we get information to you when we go live. That's the way I call a push notification.
That there are angels.
I did want to bring up one thing because
all around.
I'm going to pitch the podcast a little bit. So this is from Brett 2K07. So I'm guessing 2007. I know you guys are bourbonites, but are there any scotches that you guys like? You should go to our podcast feed. Because we did, Jason and Natalie sent us a list of scotches for bourbon. Yeah, no, we should. But I'm just saying that there is a show.
There's already there's content out there. You just
scotches.
You could go to thepodcast.com and then just search for scotch, and it's going to be the only daggum one that comes up.
Right. Yeah,
you just got to.
That's fair.
Or you could just ask Kevin Hasselwander what episode number it was, and he'll tell you that.
All right, that's going to do it for this week on the podcast. Patreon.com/thepodcast to support us. We don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it. Guys, thank y'all so much. Hey, we're going to do after party for patrons out there. I got the link already. I'm about to send it out as soon as we get done. We love y'all.